Hi everyone, it's Danielle with Northlawn Flower Farms. Today I want to show you how to harvest love and a mist for the longest vase life. You might have heard this plant also called Nigella, or even I've heard it called devil in a bush, which is probably because of the way the seed pods look when they're formed. But I've been sowing these plants for the last 4 years, and I have to tell you, they're such a wonderful plant to have in the late spring, early summer garden. This is a hardy annual in my zone 6B, so I planted in the fall and I harvest it here in the late spring. It's the first week of June. So for the longest vase life, I want to harvest Nigella when it's fully open, looking just like this, a nice fresh bloom which has just cracked open. I'm going to remove the side shoots. I could use them as filler if I wanted, because Nigella also holds up wonderfully as far as the foliage goes. Now let's talk about some that are just starting to crack open. That's also a great time to pick Nigella. Now, I've tried over the years to get Nigella that is really tightly together, something like this to open in the vase. And what happens is it doesn't melt down, it doesn't flop over, but it never opens. So if you're looking for the flower to be open for your customer or to open up quickly in the vase, pick it at one of these two stages. Now, another great thing about Nigella is that it forms wonderful seed pods that you can use fresh in arrangements, or you can also dry them and use them as an everlasting flower. And depending on what kind of Nigella you planted, sometimes the pods are going to be green, sometimes they're going to be green and purple, green and brown, but you want to go ahead and pick them when they're fully formed and then either use them or dry them. Most of my pods aren't quite ready, but I'll show you one here. Now that is a beautiful pod that's going to add a lot of wonderful texture to an arrangement. I can also hang these upside down in a dark place for 2 to 3 weeks and use them as an everlasting. And what I like to do is gather a bunch of these and dry them and then put them on our dried flower Christmas tree. But no matter how you harvest Nigella or use it, I think it's really a valuable cut, because even if you pick it maybe at not the ideal stage, it still has foliage that's going to last and not flop on you. And isn't that a valuable asset, you know, when working at a farmer's stand where the things might need to be exposed to a lot of heat during the day? Nigella can really take it. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope to see a lot more Nigella, love in a mist, devil in a bush in gardens, because, you know, it's an old plant. It was cultivated originally in England in 1570. So I would really love to see this flower, this plant, have a resurgence here in 2020. So until next time, happy gardening. Bye.